What's up with it? You already know what it is. You tune in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go talking that boxing again. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. What's up with it? You already know how I do. Give everybody a chance to jump in the building and we're going to get the show started. And when you jump in the building, hop in the comment section. Let me know you in the building. Let me know where you coming from. Yeah, we got a lot to cook on. There's a whole lot going on we got to talk about. Who dangles off in the building? What it do? Stephen Pope, what's good with it? Big Bang Boxing News, what's happening with it? Yeah, what's up, what's up? And like I said, when you come in the building, let me know where you coming from. We're going to get the show started real soon.
Play that shit on TNT. D-Mac on the fucking track.
And share this to all your boxing groups. Share this to all the boxing groups when you come in the building. Let me know where you coming from and share this to all your boxing groups. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. Chris Mitchell, what's good with it, fam? Give a couple more minutes and I'm going to get the show started. You know, we going to do it right. I appreciate you, Steven. And like I said, the number is right there on the screen. Y'all all see the number. So, you know, when we get to cooking, if you feel like you want to chime in, call in, and you know, you're welcome. Charles Harper, what's good with it? What's happening with it? Hey, y'all heard the rapper Slim Thug got that coronavirus. I just seen that today. The rapper Slim Thug, he got that coronavirus. And it, you know, I see a lot of y'all playing with this shit. This ain't no joke. You know, a lot of y'all playing with it. Ain't no joke. What's good with it? DeMarcus Weaver Sr. in the house. And don't call him, you know what I'm saying? You better put that senior on his name because ain't nothing junior about that man. He coming in from that 520 and that 402 team of Bud Crawford. Shout out to, all of the family of Bud Crawford. Shout out to Nebraska. Arizona Reggie off in the building. Yeah, we can get in on that Garcia versus Tank. Yeah, like I said, we got a whole lot to talk about. I ain't been on here in a minute, but ain't no boxing going on, but it's still boxing going on. Cleo Floyd, what's good with it? There he go talking that boxing again. Hey, Cleo, man, I'm kind of hot about it. We had the plans to go up to NY to go catch that Lomachenko or Teofimo Lopez. So, hold on. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and just start it off with the Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. I wasn't even really going to talk about that, but, we on here just, chopping it up about anything. I was reading the interview that Teofimo Lopez did, right? He just did recently. And he was saying that, he getting real frustrated with trying to deal with Vasyl Lomachenko and his team. He said that fight, because everybody know they were supposed to fight May 31st before all of these things happened with the coronavirus. Well, Teofimo Lopez says that wasn't even official because they having problems getting Vasyl Lomachenko to basically sign off on the contract because he wants a lot more money than what they're offering him. And so he says that he's getting real frustrated because he just want to fight. But Lomachenko, he ain't having it. Lomachenko, he want to get paid more money. And this is the thing. This is a lot what everybody be saying about Bob Arum, okay? Bob Arum, he's very good when you young and up and coming to get you to that certain point. But when you become a veteran in the game and when it's time for you to make big money, everybody have problems with Bob Arum. And Vasyl Lomachenko, he hasn't come out and said anything publicly, but what Teofimo Lopez is saying, that's telling you right off. That's all you need to hear. Teofimo Lopez is saying that Vasyl Lomachenko, he wants more money. So, getting him to sign that contract to fight is being difficult. It's been difficult. So obviously, who pays him? Who pays Vasyl Lomachenko? Who is he ran by? Top rank, Bob Arum. So this is not a surprise. It's time for Vasyl Lomachenko to really get that bag and to really start getting paid. And it looks like Bob Arum don't want to pay him. So it's crazy. Looks like Bob Arum don't want to pay him. Let me see what y'all talking about. Charles Harper, what's good with it? Let me see. Let me see what y'all talking about. My man, Rakim says Lomo is the A side, of course. Yeah, but like I said, Lomo is the A side. Lomo's the A side, of course. But the thing is, everybody knows that Lomachenko's the A side because, let's be honest, Teofimo Lopez is still green. He ain't really beat nobody but his last opponent. But other than that, he's still green. So, he didn't really say that he was pissed off about the money that he was making because he knows, I think that Teofimo Lopez knows that this opportunity is bigger than the bag at the end of the day. Because do you know what that's going to do for Teofimo Lopez's career if he could pull off a victory versus Vasyl Lomachenko? It's crazy. That's going to skyrocket him right to the top of the 135-pound division. And everybody know that division is stacked. That division is stacked. We got Lions and Wolves in that division, and it's stacked. So that's going to catapult him to the top of that division. As far as Vasil Lomachenko, I mean, I think he deserves. He feels that he deserves a big payday, and whatever's going on between him and Top Rank at ESPN, I guess he's not satisfied. So yeah, and that was from Teofimo Lopez. He said he's growing very frustrated because even though this coronavirus, has pushed all the events back, he says before all of this happened, they weren't able to finalize the deal because Lomachenko wants a lot more money. So what y'all feel about that? What y'all feel about Lomachenko, kind of stalling the contract situation on making the fight with Teofimo Lopez because he wants a lot of more money. I don't know what he's asking for, but from the mouth of Teofimo Lopez, he says that Lomachenko want more money. And I mean, shit, I don't blame him, because the thing is, like I said before, is Bob Arum has a history of doing this. He's great. Like if I'm an up and coming fighter, and want to get notoriety, want to get put on the map, I wouldn't have no problem with signing with Top Rank, because Top Rank, they're gonna get you on TV, they're gonna get you notoriety, and they're gonna match you up with the opponents to make you look very well. They got the best matchmakers in boxing, period. So that's something good about Top Rank that I can honestly say. They got the best matchmakers in boxing, period. And they probably the best at, making your career, rise when you coming in the game. You see? But the thing that I said before is once you get to that certain status and it's time for you to renew your contract with Top Rank, and you already at, a certain status to where now you on the scene, you got popularity, you better not re-sign with Top Rank. Because, I mean, history has shown that you're going to have problems with getting your money out of Bob Arum. And it's just, that's just a fact. Big LT says the duck tactics from Lomo. I don't think so. Because Floyd had the same problem. De La Hoya had the same problem. We see what's going on with Bud Crawford over there, and we could go on and on. We can continue to name fighters in the past, so we can't really say that it's duck tactics. I looked at it as, Lomachenko wanted more money because he feel like that. Come on, look at the man's resume. Let's keep it real here now. Look at Lomachenko's resume and look at all of the guys that he's fought. Okay? Look at his resume. You can't deny that man's resume because at the end of the day, he came in the game fighting the best. He came in the game right off the rip fighting the best. So you can't really, knock him. You can't knock him. You feel me? So, even though he only probably had how many fights Lomo got? Like 15 fights? He don't got a lot of fights, but his resume is stacked. So you really can't, I can't really put that on him and say that he's trying to duck Teofimo Lopez, because honestly, I don't see Teofimo Lopez can beat Lomachenko. He got a puncher's chance, and that's about it. Skill for skill, he cannot beat Lomachenko. Only way that he has a chance to beat Lomachenko is to catch him and knock him out. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comment section. Raquel says, what's a lot of money Lopez is talking about? Lopez should stay calm. Everything is going to happen in the end. He will be schooled. I agree with you, Raquel. I agree with you. I just think that he's not ready for no Lomachenko. Like I said, Richard Comey, people try to put him on a huge high pedestal when he knocked out Richard Comey. And this goes back to what I just told y'all. Top Rank are the best matchmakers in boxing. Richard Comey was food for I mean, he was food for Teofimo Lopez. That's matchmaking. Richard Comey has the perfect style for Teofimo Lopez to look great and get a knockout against. And I'm not knocking Teofimo. He a beast. You know what I'm saying? He's a beast. But Richard Comey is a guy that's going to stand right in front of you and bang. We saw Richard Comey do that with Robert Easter, okay? Robert Easter beat Richard Comey. You feel me? Robert Easter beat Richard Comey. And I'm not going to say nothing bad about Robert Easter. That's my dude. But, I mean, would you put Robert Easter up there with Lomachenko? No, you're not. So, like I said, Richard Comey, everybody wanted to put him on a high pedestal and ride his nuts because he knocked out Richard Comey. But to me, that was a perfect opponent to put Teofimo Lopez in against because of the styles. Styles make fights. Certain styles you're going to look great against. When you got a man that's going to sit there, walk forward, and bang with you the whole time. Now you get in the ring with Lomachenko, that's a whole different ball game. You fighting somebody with skills you've never seen before that can do it all. You know, Lomachenko, the only downfall that Lomachenko has going against a guy like Teofimo Lopez is he's not a natural 135 pounder. You see what I'm saying? He's not a natural. He's probably fighting 2 weight classes above what he really should be fighting. And we know that he's fighting at least 1 weight class above. So he's not a natural 135 pounder. But other than that, his skills can carry him, you know. Let me see what y'all talking about. Stephen Coney says Lomo deserves the money. Yeah, like I said, I feel that he deserves the money, although I don't know what he's asking for. Now, if he get on there, he asking for like 10 mil, and we know that he don't generate that type of money, then I agree with my man's Big LT, what Big LT is saying, then I think that's duck tactics. Because if you asking for the type of money, you know, as if Lomachenko is asking for the type of money that he know that he don't deserve, that he ain't never, you know, basically if it don't add up, you know, if it don't add up and you asking for shit that you know you're not going to get paid, that is not even reasonable, then you trying to price yourself out. But like I said, this subject has a lot of questions to it because we don't know what he's asking for. All we know is that Teofimo Lopez has come out and said that he's growing very frustrated because it's been hard to get Lomachenko to sign a contract because he wants more money. And that's just what that is. Conan McKay says, get Lomo the big names. He's proved enough. He's pound for pound one of the best in the world. Well, this is the thing. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But okay, Devin Haney, if you fight Devin Haney, you can make more money. But Lomachenko, now, I believe that he ducked Devin Haney. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. He took the WBC franchise championship so he wouldn't have to fight Devin Haney. And the thing is I think that I would favor Lomachenko against Devin Haney. You know, right now, I would favor Lomachenko against Devin Haney. But, you know, I think it's something that Lomachenko saw in Devin Haney that he didn't feel comfortable fighting him. I think he thought that him fighting Devin Haney was taking too much of a chance. Devin Haney's like 5'9". He's long. He has great boxing skills, great footwork. He can move. He got respectable punching power. So, you know, and hit my like button. If you're in the building, hit my like button. It don't take you no time to hit the like button. And go on YouTube and subscribe to me on YouTube. You know, subscribe on YouTube and hit that bell icon on YouTube so you get all my notifications. Conan McKay says, how many weight groups can Loma go up? I feel you. I mean, but I think he maxed out. I think he's maxed out, at 135. I don't want to see him go to 140 pounds. Them dudes is way too big for him. Stephen T. Pope says 3 million. He says, how much does Lomo deserve? Is it 3 mil? Man. I mean, it's hard to say, Steven. It's hard to say how much he deserves because I really don't know what he generates. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I can't come on here and tell you, because if is anybody familiar on here, anybody watching familiar with what type of money Lomachenko usually makes? I would say that he deserves more than what he usually makes, because I think both of these guys got a name. Lomachenko, he got a name. Teofimo Lopez, he has a, he got a name, still up and coming, but he got a name. So 3 million, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, Steven, it just depends. Now, if he's only making 600,000, in all of his other fights, and now he asking for 3 mil, well, nah. But if he's usually making over $1 million and he asking for 3 mil, yeah, give him the 3 mil. I think this is a fight that everybody been anticipating. Like I said, me and my man Cleo Floyd, we was making plans to actually go to NY to go to that fight. So, Pooh Dangles Branchy says, the question is, how far down can Lomachenko go in weight? Shit, man, I think Lomo, you said 122. I say like 126 right now, because I mean, he probably could make 122, but I mean, I think he could go to 126 comfortably. But he don't want to go there. He don't want to go to no 126. You know why? Because it's a man at 126 that'll beat the brakes off of him. And you know who that is. If you don't, his name is Shakur Stevenson. Now, if Lomachenko goes down to 126 pounds, as much as I like Lomachenko, he's one of my favorite fighters, I don't see him beating Shakur Stevenson at 126 or 130. It's just, like I said, styles make matchups. Shakur is younger and just more sharper right now. Shakur Stevenson on another level. Let me see. Stephen T. Pope says, I think he ducked Haney too. Yeah, like I said, styles make matchups, and I don't think he was comfortable with what Devin Haney brought to the table, because Devin Haney is a big 135 pounder. You see what I'm saying? Devin Haney is a big 135 pounder. He's long. And we've seen in the past that Lomachenko, his toughest opponents are when he has to fight a tall, lanky fighter. That's his toughest competition, when he has to go in there and fight a tall, lanky fighter. Draco Bay off in the building. He said, Brooklyn off in the house. What's good with it? Mo Bean Muslim off in the building. He said Shakur Stevenson will beat his ass. Yeah, Shakur, he not going fucking with Shakur at no 126 or 130. Now, if he made Shakur come up to 135, he might have a lot better chance at 135, because that means that Shakur Stevenson is gonna have to jump 2 weight classes then. You see what I'm saying? But at 126 or 130, nah. Conan McKay says, if Lomo could make 140, a fight with Taylor would be big in the UK. Oh yeah. If Lomachenko could make 140, a fight with him and Josh Taylor would be big. But the thing is that Taylor is way too big for Lomachenko. That's what I said. A lot of them dudes at 140 is way too big for him. You know what I'm saying? We can't. That's just like when everybody was asking Floyd Mayweather to go up in weight and fight Gennady Golovkin. That shit was just ignorant. You can't keep. I mean, if you don't got the size on you like that, why keep going up in weight? When you already having tough competition at the weight that you at. Like I said, it's no point in Vasyl Lomachenko to move up any more weight. I mean, look at all the sharks and killers at 135. Why you gonna move up? You know what I'm saying? Why would you move up? David Walker says, if Pac-Man did 8 divisions, can Loma go up more weight? Nah. But the thing is, Pac-Man, you counting 8 divisions, but you counting when that man weighed like fucking 80 pounds. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting professional over there in the Philippines at like 14, 15 years old. So, I mean, you really gonna count 8 weight divisions? I mean, really, if you want to count, I would say from like, if you really want to give Pacquiao credit, you know what I'm saying, as a grown man being professional, I would say probably from like when he was from like 126 or 130 all the way up to 147. You know what I'm saying? Because when he fought De La Hoya, let's not forget that he made De La Hoya shrink down in weight. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather had to fight De La Hoya at 154. Pacquiao didn't. Randall Bivens said Lopez versus Lomo. Lopez has discipline and keeps Lomo from right by stepping. Keeps Lomo from right by stepping left. He says a lot of fighters in traditional stances always become undisciplined as soon as a guy in a southpaw hits them. He says, let me see. He says, just my observation. Yeah, man. Like I said, I respect your opinion. You said Lopez has to stay disciplined. Yeah, but when you go in the ring with a guy that has all of the skills that Lomachenko has, and believe me, Lomachenko gonna take this fight very serious. You see what I'm saying? Lomachenko gonna take this shit very, very serious when he step in the ring with Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that he gonna come in the best we've seen him come in a long time because of the magnitude of this fight. And you know, yeah, he had a whole lot of amateur fights. He's only had about 15 professional fights or whatever, you know, somewhere around there. But other than a couple fights, he hasn't really taken that much of punishment. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really think he got too much of wear and tear on his body. But who knows? Devin Walker says, I think y'all crazy talking like Lomo don't run the show. Yeah, I mean, shit, like I said, he run the show at the weight class where he at right now. You know what I'm saying? Until one of these young, hungry lions come and beat him. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like I said, it is what it is. And on other note, I don't know if y'all heard, but the WBO has postponed all boxing events through June. So, and if they did it, right, the WBO has postponed all boxing events throughout June. So don't be surprised if we don't see no boxing for a long time. Don't be surprised if we don't get no boxing matches, you know, up until damn near October, September. You know what I'm saying? August. You know, August, September, October. So once again, like I said, the WBO has postponed all boxing events through June. And y'all gotta think. Some of these other foreign countries are a lot worse off than we are in America with this coronavirus, and we getting a lot worse day by day. Okay. While I'm on the coronavirus, you know, with that being said, I don't know if everybody knows Frank Hoke. I know y'all know who Frank Hoke is on Facebook. He always posting. He always talking bad about the PBC fighters. But everybody pray for his brother. He put a post up today that I saw, and he says that his brother is very sick. He's having, you know, he's very, very sick in the hospital. He's struggling trying to survive because he has the coronavirus. So everybody, you know, keep his family in your prayers, you know, because he a part of the boxing family. He a part of us, of all us boxing family, you know. So, like I said, once again, pray for Frank Hope and his family because he says his brother is fighting for his life and he has a coronavirus. So yeah, so like I said, don't be surprised if we don't have boxing for the next 6 months or more, because it seems like that this is only getting worse, and you know, we just starting off here in America with it. You know what I'm saying? And then we know what's going on in the UK and all these other countries, and it's a lot of these fighters from other countries, from other foreign countries. So it's crazy. And I mean, and we know that UK is boxing is huge in the UK, you know, and a lot of those guys in the UK, they are, you know, they're suffering bad from the coronavirus. So, like I said, just don't be surprised if we don't have no boxing for a long time. Yeah, so with the WBO canceling all boxing events through June, we don't know what these other, you know, and we don't know if they're going to extend it. You know, we don't know if they're going to extend it. We don't know what these other sanctioning bodies going to do, because they about to cancel the Olympics until next year. They're about to cancel the Olympics until next year. So if they canceling the Olympics, we know how serious this shit is. So let me see what y'all talking about. Cleo Floyd says nothing bad to say about Lomo, but he's ripped, but he's ripe to get. He says he's ripe to get knocked out by a young bull. Yeah, I mean, he might be, but the thing is, Cleo, is I don't see a Teofimo Lopez doing it, and I could be wrong. But like I said, I could be wrong. Who knows? That's why this fight was such a great fight, you know. That's why the fight to me was such a great fight to go see. Because, you know, it's a lot of questions that could be answered on both sides with that fight. That fight was going to be lit. So we going to have it, but we just don't know when we going to have that fight or any of these other fights. Draco Bay says Lomo is so technically sound. He anticipates opponents' moves. So the unpredictable beats Lomo. I know a lot of people going against Lomo. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going against Lomachenko, but I can't put my money on a guy that really ain't proved nothing to me yet. You know what I'm saying? Stephen Coney says Heather Hardy said she don't know how she is going to pay her rent next month. And this is another thing. A lot of these fighters that we see, you know, they get money, but they spend money like that too. So a lot of these fighters that we see, they depend on these fights. You know, they depend on these, especially the guys that are not the Errol Spences or Terence Crawfords or Deontay Wilders or Anthony Joshua's, and, you know, and so on. These other guys, that's just, they depend on these fights. You know, they depend on these fights to be able to make ends meet and survive. And, you know, they out of a job right now. Real shit. They out of a job right now. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Randall Bivens says, test them and live streaming. I need boxing. Hey, man, I feel you. I damn near, man, I almost started watching reality TV. Shit, and y'all know my slogan. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. I damn near almost turned on some Love and Hip Hop. But I didn't. I didn't do it. I ain't did it yet. But I'm close. I ain't did it. I ain't turned on no Love and Hip Hop and none of that reality TV shit yet. But I'm close. Conan McKay says, hopefully boxing back on soon. Aiming for June in the UK. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then when they do come back, they're going to be so backed up. I mean, they so backed up because there's a lot of big events that's been postponed. Keelan Powell says, ain't no way I keep the Zone or ESPN Plus at a time like this. The tree isn't shit on. Yeah, you know what, Keelan Powell, that's some real shit because I got the Zone, ESPN Plus, I got all of that, and I really didn't even think about that shit. I ain't really even thought about like, damn, because it ain't no sports on. So I really ain't even thought about like, let me cancel this shit. But see, the Zone, I don't think I can't even cancel because I already paid for it anyway. You know, I paid for the year subscription. So I already paid for the Zone, the year subscription. And then ESPN, I still pay for that. But tell you the truth, I don't even notice it because it's only like $5 a month. So, but yeah, you got a point. You got a point because, I mean, what you gonna watch? Ain't no sports on. Cassandra Mason said, oh, you just getting in the building? Okay, what's good with it? She says she just getting in the building. She was watching Love and Hip Hop. Hey, Cassandra, check me next week. I might be right there with you. You know what I'm saying? Check me next week. I might be watching Love and Hip Hop too, because ain't shit on. Cleo Flores said, which fighter will be the most affected by layoff? Cats about to gain weight. I mean, we know the cats. I mean, we already know cats like Tank Davis. Hold on. We already know cats like Tank Davis. Tank Davis might blow up to 230. We already know cats like Tank Davis. Man, I hope Errol Spence, I hope he, you know what I'm saying, get it together and get in that gym because a lot of these fighters, they still got access to stay in shape. They still got access to the gyms. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these fighters, I don't want to see them using this shit as an excuse to blow up and not train. I just seen Terence Crawford. He's still in the gym, still staying in shape. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford just posted, it was either yesterday or today, and he's still staying in shape. So with all of this stuff going on, the strong is going to get stronger and the weak is going to get weaker. So guys like Terence Crawford and Devin Haney and a lot of these other guys that we know going to stay in shape and stay in the gym, they're going to continue to get stronger and, you know, and get sharper and pass up all of these other dudes that want to use this shit as an excuse and not work out. You feel me? And that's just what it's going to be. Hey, what's good? Junior, my fam Junior off in the building. What's happening with it? Stephen T. Pope says, does the Zone show anything? I mean, yeah, some old shit. You reruns. Keelan Powell says we can watch old fights on YouTube. I watched Spence versus Porter and Wilder versus Fury the other day. I actually watched. What did I watch? I watched the other night. I watched Spence versus Kell Brook. Hell of a fight. I watched. I didn't watch quite a bit of fights. I watched Holyfield Bow 1. I watched Meldrick Taylor Chavez 1. I don't know. I watched quite a bit of fights. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna watch some more. I'm gonna watch some more fights. I think I watched Fernando Vargas versus Trinidad too. And for everybody that's on this week, I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna put it up, but I'm gonna do a boxing trivia, right? I'm gonna do a boxing trivia, so make sure, and it's only for my subscribers. So make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm gonna do a boxing trivia this week, and for everybody that get an answer right, I'm gonna cash app you money. Okay, I'm gonna cash app you money. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and yeah, we gonna do a boxing trivia. I was gonna do it today, but I decided to, go this route instead. Hey, Jamie Batchelor, I'm for real. Tank Davis, you know what I'm saying? That he might. Because a time like this for fighters that are not disciplined anyway, like an Andrew Ruiz, they only gonna use this shit as an excuse to get bigger. Oh, well, the coronavirus was, so I couldn't train. Nigga, you can train just like everybody else can. Randall Bivens says there's shifts that you must go through once testing becomes available. He says test those who are involved, fighters, trainers, and refs, and broadcast over the internet. He says we're just gonna have to change the way we consume. He says I need my boxing. Hey, everybody do. Everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be sitting up like, damn, this shit crazy. Ain't no boxing on, especially on the weekends. I'm like, damn, ain't no basketball on, none of that. Oh yeah, Junior Doug. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. But let's go ahead and move on and talk about something I've been wanting to get into, Something I've been wanting to get into. Hold on. Before I get on Tyson Fury ass, let's talk about something else I've been wanting to get into, okay? So everybody go check out Fred Barbershop Conversations, okay? Fred from Barbershop Conversations, he was doing his, regular nightly call-in show. And Bomac, Terence Crawford's trainer, Bomac called into the show, right? He called into the show because, it was certain people that was callers that was calling in talking about Bomac and how he continues to disrespect Errol Spence on a personal level. Okay. Now let's talk about this. It's a difference between, competition, talking shit, like, oh, my fighter is going to beat his ass. My fighter is going to fuck him up when they get in the ring. My fighter is better than him. My fighter got more skills than him. I can't wait till my fighter get in the ring and fuck him up and all of that, right? That's one thing. But when you get personal and you continue to call this man, oh, he ain't shit. He ain't nothing but a fucking drunk. This, and that, and if we go back, right, Bomac, Brian McEltree has been talking about Errol Spence in a disrespectful way for a long time. And it's beyond boxing, okay? Like I said, if it's boxing, you keep it boxing. You talk about, how, yeah, I respect the man. I know it's going to be a good fight, but my fighter going to fuck him up. My fighter is better. My fighter could do this, and that better, okay? But when he talks, like I said, he gets personal and he gets very disrespectful. He calling that man out of his name, and he's hitting below the belt every time he talks about Errol Spence, okay? And he's been doing it for years. And the fact is that when Errol Spence and Terence Crawford talk about each other, they don't disrespect each other. You know what I'm saying? They talk respectfully on each other's names. They've had friendly competition talk, but it's nothing disrespectful between either the two of them. For you know what I'm saying? They don't say nothing disrespectful when they talk about each other. Errol Spence has told me personally, like, shit, I like Terence Crawford. I think he number one pound for pound, this, and that. Terence Crawford has spoke highly on Errol Spence, but Bomac has a deep jealousy towards Errol Spence. Why? I mean, I got my own opinions why. I got my own opinions why, right? But some cats is just like that. Some niggas is just haters. In Bomac, however you want to chalk it up, you know what I'm saying? To me, he come off like a hater. And that's just what the fuck it is. I said what I said. He come off like a hater to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on. I mean, if the shoe fit, just wear it. And so, callers were calling in to the show, talking about how Bo Mack is very disrespectful and how he's always hidden below the belt, calling Errol Spence out of his name, and the jealousy that he has towards Errol Spence. It's jealousy. I think that I think that he sees Errol Spence. Everybody knows that Errol Spence is in popularity and he's above Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you feel is the best in the ring. You see what I'm saying? Whoever you feel is the best in the ring out of them two, that's your opinion, right? But we all know who's more popular. And I think that Bo Mack feels some type of way about that. He feels some type of way that Errol Spence is a lot more popular, making more money. And we're going to get into the money aspect because Bo Mack called in and talked about that, right? I think he just feels some type of way because I think he feels that Terence Crawford should be in that spot that Errol Spence is in, right? And Terence Crawford may very well could be in that spot, but he'll never be in that spot fighting over there with Top Rank. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, let's just go ahead and get into it. So Bo Mack calls in, right? And he started right off the bat. He starts talking shit about a female caller that called in and was taking up for Terence Crawford. Was taking up for Errol Spence, and he was like, fuck that groupie. You know what I'm saying? This is Bo Mack, Terence Crawford's trainer. He calls in and he like, fuck that groupie ass female that call in, this and that, And so he gets to talking, and Fred is like, well, why are you always, hidden below the belt when it comes to Errol Spence? Like, that man ain't never really said nothing bad about you. And this is what Bo Mack said. He's like, oh, well, the only reason I always get on Errol Spence is just because I'm speaking facts. And the facts that I'm speaking is because the only reason I do it is because his fans start attacking me, and they'll tag me in Twitter. They'll tag me in Twitter. Like when I'm minding my own business, they'll come and tag me in a post, and and they're talking about Errol Spence is gonna beat my guy and this and that. So I start talking shit about Errol Spence, because they're tagging me and they talking shit about me or my fighter. But pause. What sense does that make? You see what I'm saying? If I'm a fan and I'm talking about you or your fighter, wouldn't you want to come in and disrespect me? You see what I'm saying? How does that make sense? And the thing is nobody even checked him about that shit or brought this point up. Like, if I'm talking shit about Terence Crawford or Bo Mack publicly and tag him in the public forum, right? And then you come in and you start talking shit about Errol Spence, saying, oh, he's a piece of shit drunk and this and that and ain't no fucking drunk and he needs to do this. Like, now you disrespecting him. So what does he got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever fan. You know what I'm saying? What does Errol Spence's fan have to do with him directly? Because the last time I checked, don't no fans speak for no other fighter. The fighters got their own voice. Errol Spence has Twitter and all of these social media platforms, just like Bo Mack does, just like everybody else do. So why are you making it when somebody calls you out of being a hater? How is your rebuttal that you're only doing it because fans come on there and they tag you and they're talking shit about your fighter or you? So you got to come on there and talk shit about Errol Spence and let them know the facts about him. Nah, man, that's like, first of all, like my man Stephen Coney says, that's hella childish and that's some hater shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some hater shit. Like, you seem like the type of nigga that will go run back and lay up in bed with a female all night long and pillow talk about the next man. That's the type of vibe I get from you. Like, why are you talking about this man when he ain't never said nothing bad about you? It's jealousy. It's jealousy and it's hating. And I'm not talking about Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford don't do that. I've never seen Terence Crawford do that shit. If Terence Crawford do some shit, say anything about Errol Spence, if Errol Spence say anything about Terence Crawford, it's all boxing related and competition. You see what I'm saying? And so that shit is like, that shit's tacky. That shit's some hater shit, and it's just I can't respect that type of shit. And it's not like that, oh well, you know, I just did it that one time, so you know, I kind of slipped up. Yeah, but you do. No, it wasn't even that. It's like you do that shit all the time. You've been doing it for years. Also, Bo Mac go on there and he claims J.R. Dub says his trainer has a PhD in hating. I think that's what it is. His trainer got a PhD in hating. Stephen Coney says, remember Errol confronted Bo Mac to his face about the living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, and all he did was laugh about that shit. Like, it's one thing, like, okay, it's one thing if you like, okay, because I seen a lot of cats try to be like, oh, Bo Mac, you know, he just like that, you know, he just like to, you know, he just talk shit like that. Nah, man. It's a difference between when you just talking shit and shooting the shit between each other, and then when you just playing out, getting on platforms, hating on another man because of jealousy. And I see right through that shit. And you see him, and if Bo Mac was on here right now, or if we was on the phone, whatever, I'll tell him that shit straight up. Like, you a hater. You a hater. I can see straight through that shit. And that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just weird to me. For you to be a grown-ass man and have all your own shit going on, but you still want to consistently hate on this dude. Like, you think that lets me know that you really think about that man constantly. You really think about Errol Spence constantly. I never see that man posting anything talking about you, but you constantly talking about that man. And that's just weird to me, you know, especially from somebody that's Bo Mac's age. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, you too old to be doing that shit, dog. But anyway, so he also gets in and he starts talking about the money aspect, right? He starts talking about the money aspect. And he says that last year that he guarantees, right? Listen to this shit now. Now, everybody that's watching, please listen to this. Hit my like button. Subscribe to me on YouTube, okay? Hit the like button. That shit don't take no time to hit the goddamn like button, okay? BFTB off in the building. Salute what it is, my fam. And everybody go subscribe to BFTB. I don't know why you ain't did it already if you ain't did it. If you ain't subscribed to BFTB, what the fuck wrong with you? Come on now. Subscribe to that man and hit his bell icon so you can get all of his notifications. Now, listen to this. Bo Mac, he says that he guarantees that Terence Crawford, right? And I don't watch nobody money. But Bo Mac brought it up, okay? He brought it up. And this is another thing that let me know that he's jealous of Errol Spence and a lot of other what's going on at PBC, period. Because he brings it up and he says that he guarantees that Terence Crawford last year, right? Or this past year, last year, right? Has made more money last year last year has made more money, right? Made more money than any of these guys at PBC. This is what he said. He says, I guarantee you that Terence Crawford made more money last year than any of those guys over at PBC. Now, how? Okay, how? Make that shit make sense. Because I don't make it make sense. How? Because the last time I checked, hold on. I think, let me see. Give me a second. Hold on. 1 second. Let me see. Hold on real quick, y'all. Okay, right? We just going to use Errol Spence as an example, right? Errol Spence fought Mikey Garcia, right? In March, on March the 16th of 2019, right? Then he turned around on pay-per-view, right? They did almost 50,000 in Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Pay-per-view did over 300,000 buys, right? Correct, right? Then he turned around in front of a sold-out Staples Center on pay-per-view and fought Sean Porter, right? On pay-per-view. That did 300,000 pay-per-view buys, okay? Now, that's just Errol Spence. We ain't even going to talk about what Deontay Wilder made, because he said he guarantees that Terence Crawford made more money than any of those guys over at PBC last year, right? Right, okay. So that's just the two fights, right, that Errol Spence had last year. Now, let's go to Terence Crawford. Let's pull up Terence Crawford. We already know who Terence Crawford fought last year. I'm going to get the dates, right? And this is no knock against Terence Crawford, because I fucks with Terence Crawford. But let's go ahead and shoot that shit down that Bomac was coming on there saying. All these lies Bomac coming on there saying, right? And I'm showing you the jealousy, how strong the jealousy is that Bomac has for PBC and Errol Spence, right? Ain't nobody told you to re-sign with Master. Nobody told you to go over there and re-sign with your master. Right? So, Terence Crawford, he fights Amir Khan, right? In Green Machine, right? He fought Amir Khan in April of 2019, and he fought Green Machine in December of 2019, right? So let's go ahead and just use Errol Spence as an example, right? Because that's the topic we on. Now, hold on. Now, Amir Khan, we know that Amir Khan made $7 million, right? We don't even know how much Terence Crawford made, for the simple fact is that we know that Terence Crawford makes a guaranteed $3 million a fight, right? Amir Khan made $7 million, right? I don't know how much Terence Crawford made. Let's say Terence Crawford made $5 million, right? Because what I do know, that fight was not sold out. That fight only did a little over 100,000 pay-per-view buys. And Bob Arum came out himself and said that he lost big money on that. That's his promoter, right? That's his promoter. Bob Arum came out and said he lost big money on that fight. He said he lost out on that fight. He didn't gain. He said he was in the negative on that fight. So that's just one fight. So let's say that Terence Crawford made say at the very, very most, he made $5 million on that fight, because his guarantee is $3 million, right? We all know his guarantee is $3 million. And then he didn't sell enough pay-per-views to get no back-end money. So, I mean, do you think that Bob Arum was just going to be like, okay, well, your guarantee is $3 million, so I'm going to just pay you the rest out of my pocket. I'm going to just go in my bank account and just pay you the other $2 million out of my pocket, okay? He could have did that. I doubt it. But anyway, let's just go ahead, just for the simple fact to just give him the benefit of doubt and say that Terence Crawford made $5 million. Okay. Now he turns around and fights Green Machine. They ain't put that shit on pay-per-view, right? Now he does it on ESPN Plus. I think it was ESPN Plus, or ESPN. The fight didn't even do big numbers and it was free. So we know that he made his $3 million guaranteed, right? So you add those two numbers together, at best, Terence Crawford made $8 million at best. And that's just, that's being very generous. At best, Terence Crawford made $8 million in the 2 fights that he had last year. Right? So let's talk about Errol Spence. Now, this man did 300,000 plus pay-per-view buys in both of his fights. Both of his fights was on pay-per-view. So, and for the Mikey Garcia fight himself, I heard, and this ain't no lie, I heard from people that's in Errol Spence's kit that's very close to Spence that said that he made close to over 15 mil, close to 20 mil in that one fight versus Mikey Garcia, right? We're not even talking about the Sean Porter fight yet, right? We ain't even gonna talk about the Sean Porter fight. So right there alone, make it make sense. How did Terence Crawford last year make more money than all of those guys over there at PBC? Like Bo Mac like to lie and tell you. Come on, man. You a grown man and you gonna come in front of thousands and thousands of fans and tell a bold-faced lie like that when your own promoter is saying that he's losing out on money with these fights with Terence Crawford. And then Emmett Wheeler says no, Wilder made 25 mil last year. Said it himself. Wilder actually, I think they had him in the Forbes or for I think he made 30 mil, right? It was 30 mil. So did Terence Crawford make 30 mil or more? Because I'm missing something here. I'm missing something because maybe Terence Crawford has some fights. Maybe I was in a coma last year and I missed 4 or 5 of Terence Crawford. Maybe he fought 6 times last year and I must have been in a coma and missed it. Y'all let me know. Did I go in a coma last year and miss these fights? Because it ain't adding up to me. Bo Mac, it's not adding up. And like I said, I don't even want to come on here and, talk about money and all of this, but he brought the shit up. So I felt that, it was up to me to come on here and speak the real facts. Let's talk about the real facts. Because where's all of these millions and millions and record-breaking money that Terence Crawford is making when his own promoter is telling you different and the numbers are not adding up? I mean, make it make sense. That's some clown shit. Draco Bay says, Bo Mac always hopping on my post. He just commented last Friday about Errol. Yeah, like I said, he obsessed with that man. He's obsessed with that. What is Bo Mac? He got to be in his 50s, right? Bo Mac probably in his 50s. A grown-ass man, dead old, and you obsessed with another man when you have a fighter that a lot of people consider as the pound for pound best in the world, but you steady talking about this other man. What kind of shit is that? Where they do that at? Come on, man. I know everybody in Nebraska ain't rocking like that. Come on, man. I know everybody in Nebraska ain't rocking like that. Cleo Floyd says, Bo Mac is tripping. Crawford didn't make more than Spence last year, shaking my head. He says, I saw Crawford's last fight on the floor in Madison Square Garden for $200. He says, I paid $900 to see Errol Spence and Porter on the floor. Now, you hear what my man Cleo Floyd said, because he be at these fights. You know what I'm saying? He be at a lot of these fights just like I do. And I know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? Cleo Floyd says that he sat on the floor at Terence Crawford's fight, right? In Madison Square Garden last year. He only paid $200 for his tickets. He says he sat on the floor at Spence versus Porter and paid $900. Make the numbers add up, please. Bo Mac, quit coming on here telling lies. Because only a damn fool will believe that you ain't no hater, and only a damn fool will believe these lies that you continue to come on here and tell. Come on, Bo Mac. Come on, man. Stephen Coney says Bo Mac is slow. I don't know what it is, man. I just think that the hate in his blood is real strong, man. That hate in his blood is real strong. Emmett Willer says, I already read that. Yeah, man. So this shit, that shit just tripped me out. Draco Bay says men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. And that's a fact. Because if anybody that's watching this or gonna watch this can make them numbers add up, please let me know. Okay? Please let me know if you can make them numbers add up. Now, but anyway, then Bo Mac, he goes on after all of that, he goes on to say, oh, well, I don't got no problem with the man, Errol Spence. I don't even know the man personally. I don't got no problem with him. But I mean, man, it sure seems like that you got a problem with the man because anything that you say about him is personal. You know what I'm saying? I get on here and I talk about Spence, Crawford, all of them dudes. I've never said nothing personal about Terence Crawford. The only thing I said about Terence Crawford is that he shouldn't have signed with Top Rank again because he knew all of the smoke was over there at PBC. Those are facts. And I say that his resume to me is not that impressive. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to argue that or not, that's just what it is. And the numbers on the screen, if anybody want to call in and chime in about this, the numbers on the screen. But yeah, so like I said, man, it's just crazy how Bo Mac continue to hate on Errol Spence. But anyway, so let's go ahead and move along. Let me see. Dayton Henry Jr. says, just keep it boxing. No disrespect is needed. Yeah, real shit. Conan McKay says, Bo Mac worries Spence going to topple his boy. I don't know what it is, man. It's just like, I don't know what that shit is. I think a lot of it got to do with jealousy because he thinks that Terence Crawford should be in that position that Errol Spence is in. But like I said, Terence Crawford could very well be in the same position Errol Spence is in. He could maybe even be bigger. I'm not saying he would be bigger or not. All I'm saying is he very well could be, but we don't know because he's over there with Top Rank. With saying that he could be bigger, he could have an L on his record if he fought the same competition that Errol Spence and Sean Porter and Keith Thurman and a lot of them guys is facing. Or he could be bigger than all of them, fighting the competition and beating all of them, but we just don't know. Moving along, but one thing I do gotta say, about Terence Crawford is his work ethic, right? You can't do nothing but respect his work ethic. He always stay in shape. He training, all the time, working on his craft. And right now, Terence Crawford is in the gym working right now. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all other fighters, you know what I'm saying? Take heed. Terence Crawford, he in the gym right now working. So, all these other fighters in the 147-pound division, if you're not in the gym working, you better get in there real soon because Terence Crawford is in there. So that's one thing you got to respect. But anyway, moving along. Let's go ahead and move along and talk about, let's talk about Tyson Fury, right? Let's talk about Tyson Fury. We know. Let's talk about Tyson Fury, right? Tyson Fury. So, Tyson Fury, y'all all know that Tyson Fury, all of these claims, all of these videos of him cheating, some of y'all act like a goddamn fool and act like he ain't been cheating. There's nothing wrong with his gloves and all of that. But the latest allegations that come out on Tyson, and a lot of y'all motherfuckers gonna leave because you don't want to hear this, and I don't give a damn. But you know what I'm saying? But you gonna hear it. You see what I'm saying? All the allegations that's been coming out, with Tyson Fury, right? These latest allegations that came out that the guy Martin Carefoot, this farmer, he come out and he said that he lied, like he lied under oath, and he said that he gave Tyson Fury wild boar's meat, right? So the wild boar's meat that was tainted, tainted wild boar's meat, basically. So Tyson Fury could get out of testing positive for his drug test that he tested positive for, right? So he can get off the hook. In return, he says that Tyson Fury offered him $25K in UK money. So that's like over here in America, it averaged out to like 33,000, right? So 33,000 US money, right? He says that Tyson Fury promised him that, he was going to give him that bag to go under oath and lie for him, right? And that Tyson Fury was going to pay him. This was in 2015, right? So now, the guy, he never got paid. So he comes out now, right? And he comes out and he tells it all. He says that he ain't never even had no wild boar meat. He said he never even raised no wild boar. He actually came out with receipts to prove that he had never had no wild boar and that he lied under oath to protect Tyson Fury, right? And he's admitting that he did this under oath, right? He's admitting this, that he did it for money, right? So with all of that, everybody's seen what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's seen it. It's been everywhere. Everybody been hearing about it, right? So we all been thinking like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Because I talked about it on my last live. But it was a big question like, damn, what is Tyson Fury going to do next? What is Tyson Fury going to say about all this? What does Tyson Fury do? First of all, he don't say nothing, but Tyson Fury put his running shoes on and he ran. Tyson Fury relinquished his UK boxing license, where he's not gonna fight in the UK no more. He relinquished his UK boxing license, so he don't have to go under investigations with the UK, right? He telling you right there he guilty. He telling you right there he don't want to have to go in court, right, and try to fight these allegations. And I don't give a damn what you say. He's telling you that he's guilty, because if he wasn't guilty, why would he relinquish his UK boxing license and miss out on all of that money? Because, he stands to still make millions and millions and millions of dollars in the UK. You're going to make more money if you can fight in the UK and in America, right? Just common sense tell you. So if I'm not guilty, if I haven't done anything, why would I run? You know what I'm saying? Why would I run? Why I'm going to run? For example, right? For example, I had an SUV stolen from me, right? I had an SUV stolen, right? They stole it out of my driveway. I had ran in the house. I left the keys in my car. right? I was just gonna run in the house real quick. I had to grab some things, and then I had to use the bathroom. By the time I came back out, my vehicle was gone. So I call the police, whatever, get all that shit done. So I had full coverage insurance. The insurance, they didn't want to pay me. They was making all types of excuses and try to make it seem like, basically, they was trying to make it seem like I set it up myself, right? First of all, I had a damn near brand new vehicle that I already had paid off. It was already paid off. I didn't owe no money. So, I mean, they try to make it like I set it up myself. So the insurance company didn't want to pay me for it, right? So I'm like, fuck that. So I got a lawyer. Like, you know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers, you gonna pay me? Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? This is what I pay this high-ass insurance for, right? So then I go through all of the shit, right? And then they're like, okay, well, we need your phone records, your text messages, and we need phone records showing where you were at that point in time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the cell phone towers and all of that. I'm like, cool. Do what the fuck you got to do. Everything that they needed, I gave it to them, right? Then they like, okay, well, we need you to come in and testify under oath. And I'm like, okay, bet, right? Now, if I had something to be afraid of, right? If I was guilty, if I had something to be afraid of, I would have ran. I would have been like, oh, fuck, man. No, I'm not finna do all of that. Like, why I got to do all of that? And I just would have gave this shit up, right? I would have gave it up, right? I would have just been like, fuck the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I'm going to just give it up. But no, I didn't have nothing to run for. I didn't have, they tried to scare me like, oh, he going to run. He ain't going to, I didn't have nothing to be afraid of. And that's the thing with Tyson Fury. Why you run and give your license up if you wasn't guilty? Now, no, Adrian Brown, don't come with the shit saying that because ESPN contract has says that he has to fight in the U.S. No, it does not. That's a fucking lie. Show me an ESPN contract that he signed that says that he has to strictly fight in the U.S. That's a lie. For real. So don't come on here and try to take up for him and say, oh, it's because it says that he has to fight in the U.S. That's a fucking lie. Because if that was the case, he would have gave up his boxing license in the UK before all these allegations come up. So wrong. Dust yourself off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again. You a lie. Fury did not relinquish his boxing before the Wilder fight in 2019. That's a fucking lie. Dust yourself off and try again. Because if that was the case, why was Eddie Hearn coming out talking about having a big, huge mega fight with Tyson Fury in Anthony Joshua in the UK? You might want to dust yourself off and try again. And a lot of people going to try to come with that, oh, the farmer's trying to make a name for himself. Why would a 70-something-year-old man try to make a name for himself? Okay? Why would make it make sense? Why would a 70-something-year-old man try to make a name for himself when he could get in more trouble than Tyson Fury for lying under oath? Use your fucking brain. Use your brain here, guys, and stop trying to fucking take up for this man. Because if this was Deontay Wilder, you wouldn't be in here with that same energy. You wouldn't be talking that same bullshit, right? All this evidence against Tyson Fury, and you still trying to take up for him. Like, oh, a 70-some-year-old man that don't even have too much longer to live on this earth, now all of a sudden he wants to make a name for himself? That's bullshit that you don't believe yourself. So he's going to sacrifice doing jail time or having a huge fine to make a name for himself? No, what it is that, like he said, Tyson Fury and them, they never paid him. And now I think that he felt a lot more comfortable coming out now because of all of these other allegations came out about Tyson Fury, how he's been cheating for years, right? With all these other cheating allegations that's come out with against Tyson Fury, right? Now he feels comfortable because he's like, okay, before, if he had just came out with this information out of the blue, nowhere before, everybody would have been laughing at him and saying that, you know, he's just clout chasing. No way, Tyson Fury, you know, no way, Tyson Fury don't even have a history of doing this, this, and that. But now, right now that all this information's come out, he's like, okay, well, shit, I can come out with the information. I can come out with the allegations, you know, and the things that I have on Tyson Fury and show people that it's not a lie, that he has been cheating and trying to cover it up for years. And that's just what it is. Because like I said, why you going to run from, why are you running if you're not guilty? Common sense. No, you need to check the facts. You need to check the facts. Mark Wonderlick off in the building. He said, and smash that like button. For real, smash that like button. Fury's a cheater. I mean, how much more evidence do we need to come out with and show you that the man has a history of cheating? So you didn't see when the referee came? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm having trouble with the little stream here. Hold on. All right, anyway, we just gonna continue to cook. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, anyway. So, like I said, I mean, we just gonna ignore just because you a fan of Tyson Fury. And a lot of y'all motherfuckers not even a fan of Tyson Fury's. Y'all the same people that was riding for Anthony Joshua. Keep it real. You're not a fan of Tyson Fury. You just a hater of Deontay Wilder. So you don't give a fuck about how Tyson Fury won. Whatever Tyson Fury been doing, at the end of the day, you just glad that Wilder's not champion. But at the end of the day, you're not going to ignore everything that he been doing. You're not going to ignore it, for real, because I'm not going to let you ignore it. Why would a referee come out? Why would a ref come out and say that Tyson Fury is the most dirtiest fighter that he's ever had to ref in his whole career? We seen another ref stop Tyson Fury from cheating before the fight even started. Held the fight up like 15, 20 minutes because they had to give him a whole new glove because he got caught. But you didn't see that either, right? Conan McKay says, I'm sure Fury was being tested right up to the second fight with Wilder. We're not talking about the Wilder fight right now because that's a whole nother that's a whole nother subject in itself, right? That's a whole nother subject in itself. We're not even talking about the Wilder fight. We didn't say that he tested positive for the Wilder fight. Nobody said he tested. We know what he did in the Wilder fight, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about that he has a history of cheating, whether it's with his gloves or whether it's, you know, a drug cheat. And that's what we're talking about right now. He's a drug cheat. The man came with proof. Okay, now you guys want to talk about, oh, the guy just wants to make a name for himself. Okay, well, why did the man come with receipts and proof that he never even raised any wild boars? Go ahead and tell me. Make it make sense. Tell me the man came with proof and showed that he never even raised any wild boars. He never even had any wild boars. So how are you giving a man something that you don't even have access to? Make that shit make sense. How are you giving the man wild boar meat, but you don't have access to wild boar meat? Can you tell me how? How did that happen? Conan McKay says, I admit Fury was dirty in the second fight, but it was tactics that worked. No, Fury's a dirty fighter, period. Period. You cannot look at all of the evidence and say that he's not a dirty fighter. That's like me, right? That's like me going in a convenience store, robbing a convenience store, right? With what I have on right now, right? And they have it, no mask, it's me. I go into the convenience store and I rob it. Plain sight, right? 3 weeks later, I go into the same convenience store and I rob that same convenience store again. Plain sight, it's me, right? A month later, I go into that same convenience store and I rob that same convenience store once again. Plain sight, no mask on, right? 2 months later, I got the same shit on. I got a mask on this time. And I go into that same convenience store with the mask, right? Rob that convenience store and I get caught. When I get caught, I say, well, the other 3 times, it was me. Y'all saw my face. I can't get out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'll take my charges for those 3 times. But the 4th time, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Well, they like, well, you had the same clothes on, the same jewelry. You had a mask on. We couldn't see your face, but it was the same clothes and the same jewelry. And I'm like, nah, it wasn't me though. I can't take this 4th charge because if I get this 4th charge, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get 20 years. That wasn't me. Are you motherfuckers going to come on here and believe me and say that it wasn't me? After you done seen all of the evidence, you seen me do it 3 times before, same clothes, everything. Now this 4th time, I'm saying it ain't me, but I got the same shit on. You gonna believe me? No, the fuck no, you ain't. It's the same thing with Tyson Fury. You continue to see him do it. You seen him do it over and over and over, but you still gonna say it wasn't him? He didn't do it? Come on, man. Make the shit make sense. Come on, man. You don't believe that shit yourself. Only a damn fool would look at all that evidence and say it don't exist. Mark Wunderlich says if he raised the boar, it's not wild. I mean, exactly. But he said he didn't even have boars, period. Dayton Henry Jr. says Fury ducked Vladimir Klitschko afterwards. He says he beat Vlad on steroids. He might as well could have. Like I said, if a man has a history of cheating and he shows you time and time again that he's a cheater, that's just what he is to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just what he is. You said Conan McKay says, well, 3rd fight will determine to put Wilder to bed or he's in top 3. How are you? So basically what you're saying is that you don't care if a fighter cheats at all. Just if it's a fighter that you like or a fighter that you don't like, you don't care if he cheats or how he wins. It's okay, right? It's okay. So if you guys have that same energy, I hope you had the same energy when Big Crybaby Miller tested positive, right? I hope you had that same energy back when Margarito got caught with the plaster in his gloves, in his hand wraps. So everybody that cheats, I hope y'all have that same energy, right? Let's just keep that same energy, right? if y'all don't care how a man wins in this case. Draco Bay says that old man is not seeking monetary damages. He has no reason to lie on Fury. Exactly. He's not even coming out seeking money. He's just like, hey, the truth needs to be told. The man didn't pay me, so fuck it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't pay me what they said they were going to pay me. The truth needs to be told. But this is another point, right? You don't want to pay this man $33,000 in US money, right? $25K in UK money. You don't want to pay this man, but then you want me to believe that you giving your purse to like you giving your whole purse away to homeless and whatever the fuck they keep saying. Man, that all that shit is press trying to make Tyson Fury look good. All that shit's a lie. Mark Wonderlick says, I swear in Wilder versus Fury 1 in the 12th round, when Fury gets up after the knockdown, Jack pulls Fury gloves down. He pulled it up. Yeah, he did he did. I saw that too. But I didn't notice it until everybody started talking about it. But when you go back and look at a lot of these things, like it's in plain sight, you can see it. But if you're not looking for that, like if you don't have it in your mind that Fury is a cheater, you're not looking for none of that stuff. Now, the next fight that he has, he's not going to be able to get away with none of that shit because we all know now. Everybody know. Even the people that try to act like that, they don't know that he's not a cheater, that they believe everything that he says and that he does when it's in plain sight. They know that he's not going to get away with none of this shit next time. Dayton Henry Jr. says Fury keeps cheating because people are turning a blind eye to it. Yeah, but now it's out there. The cat is out the bag now. You see what I'm saying? The cat is out the bag now, and yeah, he can't do none of that shit no more. That's a wrap. It's a wrap for him. It's a wrap. All of that shit is done. It's over with. Done. Mark Wonderlick said when he wiped his gloves off, he pulled the glove. Yeah, he did. Go back, but they'll tell you that never happened either. Motherfuckers is freeze framing pictures showing you in plain sight, showing you, right? And they tell you it didn't happen. They don't see nothing, right? They'll slow that shit down all the way where you can see it plain sight. They'll still tell you that it didn't happen. So at the end of the day, it lets me know one thing. It's not about Tyson Fury, right? It's not about Tyson Fury, right? It's about them not caring how he beat Deontay Wilder because it was Deontay Wilder. Now, let that have been Usyk. Let that happen. Let that same shit had happened to Usyk, right? You think they would have been keeping that same energy if Tyson Fury, if this same thing that Deontay Wilder went through had been Usyk? You think they would have been keeping the same energy? Fuck no. Everybody would have been talking about how big of a cheater Tyson Fury is, this, and that. The WBC would have investigated it. He probably would have got his license suspended and all type of shit in the US. But we know how shit go. We know how it go. So like I said, yeah, so once again, Tyson Fury, he dropped his license to fight in the UK just so he wouldn't have to go on the investigations with the UCAD, right? Because he was facing an 8-year ban, right? And then if the UCAD found him guilty over there, then I mean the pressure would have been on the Nevada State Commission and all these other commissions in the US to go ahead and look deeper into this. But he ran off because he knew he was guilty and he didn't have to deal with none of that shit. But everybody know he a cheater. He gonna go down in history as a cheater, and that's just what it is. Fuck how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And like I said, I already talked about my feelings on the fight between him and Deontay Wilder. So you can say what you want. Like I said, I didn't make no excuses for Wilder, and I just told it how it was. But like I said, the man a cheater. Period. Now, before I get up off of here, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and talk about Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. Let me get through some of y'all comments. Conan McKay says, face it, Wilder messed up coming up with excuses about his costume. Did you ever hear Wilder come on and say that? Conan, did you hear Wilder come out and say any of that shit that you saying that he said? Did you hear that from Wilder's mouth? Answer the question. Did you hear that from Wilder's mouth? Huh? Yes or no? Did you hear Wilder come out and say anything like that? Hold on real quick. I don't know. Something keep happening with this stream. But anyway, you didn't hear Wilder say nothing like that. Nothing to that sort. You didn't hear Wilder say nothing like that. Right? So hold on, man. I don't know what's going on with this stream. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. So yeah, like I said, once again, did you hear Wilder say anything, come out and say anything about a costume or anything? You didn't hear, yeah, Cassandra, I don't know what's going on. It's good. I'm good. Like I said, subscribe on YouTube because I'm good on YouTube. It just keeps freezing me up on Facebook. For some reason, on the Facebook end, it just keeps freezing the video out. So I don't know what's going on with it on Facebook, but I'm good over here on YouTube. Just like Dayton Henry Jr. said, you didn't hear Wilder make no excuses when he posted the video. After the fight, you didn't hear Wilder make no excuses. So don't come on here telling me what another man said that you didn't hear come out the man's mouth himself. And I know exactly what Deontay Wilder said because I know people that are very close to Deontay Wilder that was, that was with him, that was around him. So I know exactly what he said. And what you're saying that he said is not what happened, and it ain't, and that's not how it happened. So that shit is a lie. But yeah, so I mean, anyway, like I said, let's go ahead and move on to Canelo versus Triple G. So I guess they've made an agreement, right? For Canelo and Triple G, they're gonna fight after that next. So we already know that Canelo, he got a fight with Billy Joe Saunders coming up. That fight is postponed, so we don't know when that fight's gonna happen. But and then Triple G, he got to fight against another no-name opponent. Like, I mean, that's what Triple G do. So after they fight their next opponents, if they get past the next opponents that they have to fight, both of those guys are going to fight each other again. It was supposed to be in September, but now we don't know when they're gonna fight. So, but they're gonna fight each other next after these. If they get past these next opponents, they've agreed to fight each other for a third time. I don't give a damn about that fight. I don't even think Triple G deserves a third fight because, I mean, his whole career these past years has come to begging Canelo for a fight. Like, to me, Triple G lost clearly to Canelo the second fight. The second fight, Canelo fought Triple G. How he was begging, Triple G was begging. He wanted a Mexican style fight. Canelo came in there and gave him a Mexican style fight and whooped his ass. Plain and simple, right? Clearly to me. Now, on top of that, Triple G lost when he fought Derevyanchenko. So why does Triple G continue to get chance after chance after chance with Canelo? It don't make no sense to me. It doesn't make no sense. I don't think he deserved a fight against Canelo, period. So like I said, that fight is not nothing that, that fight is not nothing that excites me. I think that Canelo is going to beat him more decisively this third time when they do fight, because Triple G is on a decline. He looks like every time he gets in the ring, he's declining each fight. He's older, he's 38, going to be almost 39 by the time they fight again. So yeah, I think he's just looking for one more big payday, and he probably ready to hang it up, because he obviously is not trying to fight no tough competition unless it's Canelo. Obviously, he's not trying to fight nobody unless it's Canelo. So yeah, like I said, I don't see this fight doing big numbers like the two fights before did. But like I said, yeah, so they fighting again. Triple G and Canelo, they've agreed that they're going to fight again. Sometime this year, when everything, clears up with this coronavirus, and after they face their opponents that they have coming up next. Yeah, but my live stream is messing up bad. I don't know. My live stream been messing up the whole time. I don't know what's really going on. But anyway, I'm getting ready to go ahead and pack it in. We was on here for almost 2 hours. Talked about a lot. I will be back on here, like I said. For everybody that's gonna tune in and watch this, remember, I'm gonna do a boxing trivia show. And I'm gonna have, for the people that get the answers right, I'm gonna go ahead and cash out y'all. But it's only for the my subscribers on YouTube. But anyway, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and just make sure that you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Hit that bell icon so you can get all of my notifications. And you already know what I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing, and anything ain't everything, but around here, everything boxing. I appreciate you for tuning in, and I'm out.